here we go with the Mega oil burner. This is a 300-gallon tank that we used last 4 or 5 years for wood. We've actually now turned it in, or I have turned it into a waste oil burner. And this thing is massive. It'll actually melt your arms like 3 feet away. The wood over here, if I get too close, starts to catch on fire. So I've got to make sure it's out of the way. So this is set up to burn wood and oil if you want, but I'm probably going to just start burning oil as soon as I get rid of this pile of wood. I made these bars to go on top here just to set the wood on. Here's your... Okay, well, here's your main deal with your turbo blower, which is exhaust pipe off a car or anything, 2-inch EMT, and then a plate welded on the top couple brackets to create an airspace. This is actually the burn bowl, which is actually a barbecue propane tank that I've cut up, and this will actually slide into here up around the burn bowl. Okay, so when this gets done burning at the end of the day, that burn bowl gets a little bit of trash in it, so I just take it out, tip it over, and beat it up against the concrete, and it empties. So okay, here's your exhaust, which was just a couple barrels I threw together. You can do anything you want. And then I had some extra pipe, which is like 10-inch pipe, schedule 40, so I welded that on there and ran out. So here is the waste oil apparatus. This thing right here is just kind of a plate to keep the heat off of everything. So here's where the turbo comes in. It goes up to a fan, induction fan, that's actually off a hot water heater. And I've got a valve on it. If I want to burn just wood, I got to close that, otherwise it gets smoke out of the turbo tank. And then down here you can see where the oil drips into, which comes over here to a apparatus to control the oil. And then up here I've got a barbecue tank as well, with a throttlet welded in a little bit higher, and then got a valve on the tank down here to use as a water separator. So oil goes to the top, water to the bottom, so if you get water in your oil, it actually separates. You can drain the water out. So okay, so here's what we're going to do to fire this up. If you could let's see here, I'm gonna have to find my torch, and so let me go do that. There's Sam, detail person. Let me go find my torch here. This will give you an idea of the shop that we're trying to heat as well. It's that's one torch. Now where's the other torch? So yeah, we've got 8,000 square foot here. Nothing's really insulated. Metal building. Holes all over in the building. So trying to find the other torch, but this torch will work. If I can't find the other one, usually I'm always looking for stuff every time I come in here. There's the other torch right there. Okay. There we go. Got the good one. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do to start it. Pretty simple. I'm just gonna take some paper, which is a little bit newspaper. It's been kind of soaked in some oil, but you can do whatever you want. We'll put that in the bottom of the burn bowl. You can use diesel or you can use gasoline, or obviously gasoline you got to be a little more careful. I suggest just putting paper in there. Doesn't need much, just pretty much to get the oil warmed up. Okay, so we're gonna leave the fan off. We're gonna put a little bit of oil dripping into the bowl. Not that much. Okay. So it's gonna get us started. So we're gonna wait for the oil to come down. And you'll be able to see the oil. It takes a little while because the way I got it run, but once it starts draining, it pretty much is continuous. So what we're doing now is we're just trying to preheat the oil. The baffle plate keeps the oil from getting cool from the air until it's actually hot. But even after it's hot, if you don't have a plate there, it'll blow the oil out eventually because the air is too cold to keep it. So let's start this paper. You can typically open the oil up a little bit quicker if you wanted to, just to get some in there, and then you can throttle it back. Alright, so here's your burner plate. I don't have the air on yet, I just got oil going in there. I'm sure I've probably got some oil by now going in there. Let's see what happens. Eventually it'll catch the oil on fire a little bit, but which is pretty much what you want. Yeah, so you can see I can see the flame on the left, so there's some oil in there now starting to catch. Yeah, I can see the oil on the burn plate or the blow plate. So there's definitely oil going in there. What'll happen is the paper will kind of fall down into the oil and it'll act like a candle wick. You can see the oil on that side over there burning. So this is almost ready to go. I could turn the fan on anytime. Sam, you plug that fan in for me? Sam's gonna plug the fan in for me. Right here, no, just right there, those two cords right there. Not that, the small fan. This fan on the tank, yeah. So she's fixing to plug it in and watch what happens. Oh, dude, really? All right, so now we've got turbo air. You can probably hear the difference. The paper will obviously burn up quicker. I mean, it's already burning clean. I don't even have the door closed. So now the oil's starting to catch a little bit, get a little hotter. You can hear it gear up. And if you didn't have that plate on the blow tube, it wouldn't do that. So the plate on the blow tube is really important. So I can start to feel the heat out here. I'm about 3 foot away from the burn bowl. Now I can already feel the heat. See what our oil's regulated to. Probably just leave it right there. Yeah, so it's a pretty good amount of oil going in there. And if you want to crank it up, you can crank it up. Just go through more oil, but it'll definitely. I don't know how much. I've never actually cranked this up to full opening, but it may take it. But it gets so hot, it probably melt everything around you. So. That's pretty much where you want it to be right there. And I don't even have to close the door. It's pretty cool. Now I'm like 5 feet away from this thing and I can feel the heat. If I got, like right here, I couldn't stand it. So now I'm like 5 feet out. 6 feet out. Deal here. So that's a mega burner. Big mama. Big mama. Thing's really kicking now. Look at that. So now we got the oil really hot. It's starting to melt the sides. Everything off the debris off the sides. Get a little bit of smoke. So I can close that door and eliminate that, but I'll let it just rip for a while so you can see it. Before long, I won't even be able to get close enough to close the door. Here, Sam, hold that for a minute. I'll put my gloves on. Thank you. Yeah, it's kicking. So that's just kind of oil burn off on top. It'll go away. Probably hear the fan. And if you want to, you can adjust the amount of air going into, and you can fine tune it, but I basically can walk away from this thing all day and just keep oil in the drum. So I may have to fill it up a couple times just because I got so much oil going in it. But this one heater, today was like 38 out, so just to get some heat in the garage. So feels good. There you go. Redneck waste oil heater with turbo. Hey, if you like it, give me a like and sign up for my channel. See y'all.